27th Avenue in Phoenix is notorious for drug and crime activity and prostitution, but through a coalition effort led by Grand Canyon University, the surrounding areas will see some changes. Cronkite News reporter Ripley-Simone Kennebrew spoke with GCU and scoped out the area to see what these updates will look like.
The safety and quality of life is one of the biggest concerns for residents who live around the track. Over the past decade, GCU has invested $170 million along 27th Avenue on redevelopment efforts. Efforts began in December of 2011 with the end of a U.S. Department of Justice crime prevention program. For the next 9 years, the Christian University purchased, renovated, and/or opened spaces for the GCU Hotel, a GCU city-served warehouse that provides free household goods to families in need, classroom and training spaces, and more. After the formation of 27 Collab in April of 2024 and the seizing and shutdown of the Royal Inn, an epicenter of prostitution and drug trafficking activity by the FBI and U.S. Marshal Services in September of 2024, the community has seen a drastic change. More recent efforts include the opening of Rehoboth Place 2, a collection of affordable housing near 27th and Camelback, and a public safety substation for GCU and Phoenix PD officers to share. Areas along 27th Avenue, specifically at Missouri Avenue, will see improvements like this. And on other roads, bike lanes and bus shelters, school safety zones, additional video cameras and lighting, and new businesses to fill vacant lots. In order to fulfill some improvements, resources from local law enforcement will be used. Sergeant Brian Bauer explains the involvement of Phoenix PD with this effort.
So the Phoenix Police Department's obligation in this is not just the serving as public safety for our community members along the 27th Avenue, but it's being as proactive as possible to make sure that the crime that's in that area, the crime along 27th Avenue, is as minimalized as possible, using our resources, but also thinking outside the box.
A short-term goal of Phoenix PD is crime reduction, but long-term, community involvement.
Our long-term effort is going to be the proactive approach where we're having and encouraging community members from across the city to be more involved with what takes place in the community.
GCU President Brian Miller says they want to provide support for victims of sex trafficking. Students and families should not be subject to this type of criminal activity just because they live at 27th Avenue and Camelback instead of a more affluent area like 24th Street and Camelback. In Phoenix, Ripley-Simone Kennebrew, Cronkite News.
The 27th Avenue corridor stretches from Indian School Road to Northern Avenue and is home to around 30,000 students from kindergarten to college.